This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation and Globe My Business present Open for Business.
Greetings from the Philippines to the world. We are on Facebook Live on Eagle News and also on our streaming site, eaglenewslive.com. Watch us on our YouTube channel at Eagle News. I am Cesar Vallejos. Welcome to Open for Business. Join me discover the latest news and information in business around the world. Stay ahead of the curve from vision to action. Filipinos are fashionable, and our women, including our guests today, just love to accessorize in weddings, birthday parties, and formal occasions. The natural beauty of the Filipina are enhanced by clothing and accessories that are produced by our local artisans, from weavers, sculptors, leather tanners, metal smiths, and bag makers with their world-class designs and craftsmanship. Filipino accessories have been seen in the world stage and various runways in iconic fashion cities such as Tokyo, Milan, and Paris. But with the global pandemic, what is happening in the fashion and fashion accessory business, especially now that big parties and mass gatherings have been put into a halt? In partnership with Globe My Business, we will be talking with key players, with SMEs in the fashion accessory business, who will share their insights on the impact of the pandemic and how the passion in fashion in showing how resilient Filipinos are in facing the COVID crisis. Christine Vertusio, the founder of Vertusio, and Tessa Nepomuceno, founder and designer of Cali, will join us when Open for Business returns. Stay with us.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation and Globe My Business present Open for Business.
Ito po si Vina Morales. Abangan niyo po ako sa Himig ng Lahi ngayong linggo alas 8 ng gabi dito lamang sa Net 25.
Open for Business is back, and with me are beautiful ladies, Miss Christine Vertusio, the founder of Vertusio, and Tessa Nepomuceno, the founder and designer of Cali. Hi, Miss Christine and Miss Tessa. How are you?
Hello po. Good afternoon. All good naman on our end, on my end.
Miss Tessa?
Well, I'm very well. Hope you're safe also and well there. Hello.
Okay. Now, let's go straight to our discussion. I'll ask first Miss Christine. we know that there are a lot of challenges during the pandemic, and during my introduction earlier, Filipinos are very fashionable. They make use of fashion accessories, and people, sabi nga nila, Filipinos are very occasion centric. We really, especially our women, you love to dress up, and we always go to a lot of parties, from birthday parties to formal occasions, and parang medyo nakadikit ng fashion accessory in this business. But a lot of things happen because of the pandemic. So my first question to you, Miss Christine, is how has the pandemic affected you and your business?
Well, first and foremost, sir, our production is at the hold. We are put on hold ever since pandemic started. So lahat, our manufacturing and our retailers we're all in a state of parang in a state of fear and anxiety. Na kumbaga, because of the uncertainties of this pandemic has brought about. So parang this has caused us to be very we're trying to adapt somehow. I mean, adapting to this situation right now is very challenging. And
Miss Christine, Miss Christine,
Yes, sir?
before we continue, you said there was a halt in terms of your production, in your manufacturing. For our audiences to be able to appreciate it, what do you produce po, and what do you manufacture?
I am into manufacturing fashion jewelry, like necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and bags. And also, we are using upcycled materials. So we upcycle our trash from Bohol, because I'm from Bohol, from Visayas, and we upcycle our trash bags into wearable, fashionable, and valuable pieces po.
Now, I'll go to Miss Tessa. In your case, Miss Tessa, we've Miss Christine said there's a lot of basically operations is disrupted. Is that the same experience with you, Miss Tessa? And what do you produce, and how did this pandemic affected your business?
Well, for me, I manufactured wooden bags. As you can see here, my background is as an exporter. I rely my business in trade shows here and abroad. Actually, this pandemic has caused the cancellation of 6 major trade shows, 4 abroad and 2 here in Manila. I was caught off guard, actually, of this unfortunate event. And I'm learning on how to cope up with this new normal.
So that's the thing, Miss Tessa and Miss Christine. You said, Miss Tessa, just a follow-up question there. You were supposed to really participate in these international shows, in these trade shows. Pero ang gusto kong malaman, how is the fashion business and how's the fashion accessory business before COVID? So maybe let's start with Miss Christine again. So in your case, Miss Christine, of course, you have a lot of jewelry. I've been to Bohol, and people there are very, very creative. So bago ba nag-COVID, how is your business?
Well, before COVID, we have already been starting to, since we are looking forward to joining international shows this year, we have the demand was higher pre-COVID. But during this pandemic, since we belong to the non-essential category, parang the need and the even the want of having a fashion accessory at this time is quite impossible. So parang it greatly affected our business, and so there's no production. So business also transactions with our clients also is zero. So that's a very great impact on our business.
In terms of figures, how big is this market? Or in your case, like for as an entrepreneur, what is your in terms of profitability? How profitable is being in the jewelry business?
I started this business out as a hobby I've been in the business for also 10 years, and I believe that it's profitable since it's my main bread and butter. Being still here in the industry somehow, and then we've seen also an increase in demand ever since I started. So, which is a good sign. Even in our industry, people are also parang tinatangkilik din kami ng mga kliyente, ng mga tao.
Yeah.
Even if it's like let's accept it's not really on top of the priority list of the needs of people, but it's somehow buying a certain handmade or anything parang in the fashion side somehow gives you a good parang a good feel, or it somehow completes your total get up or parang.
That's right. Miss Tessa, you were cut earlier. So
Christine, this is also my bread and butter, and since I've been doing this for more than 10 years, and I'm into export, so medyo dollar earner. Pero there's another downside of that, since the rate is fluctuating. So sometimes it's meluge, sometimes okay naman, but it's profitable enough.
Okay.
Yes, I can say that.
Okay. Now, my question to both of you, kasi syempre yung ibang mga entrepreneurs, lalo na SMEs, lalo na yung mga maliliit, talagang nahirapan sila doon sa with the pandemic. So nag-stop lahat. And lalo na, yung, as you mentioned kanina earlier, Miss Christine, parang sinabi mo, non-essential itong produkto natin, di ba? Kumbaga parang, before my wife will buy siguro a piece of jewelry, or kahit 50% off yon, or kahit 70% off yon, she will save muna to buy food. So, ang nangyari, hindi lang yon. It's not only about the price, but also about the need niya. So, you're classified as non-essential. Ang interesado akong malaman is, I'm sure you have your own workforce. So, kumbaga, anong nangyari sa kanila? And like, say for example, when there was a disruption already, anong nangyari? I think it's either Miss Tessa or Miss Christine mentioned this, but you did not anticipate this. So parang ano ang ginawa ninyo? So parang and how did you manage now your workforce? The people who were working for you. Maybe let's start with Miss Christine.
Since our production is put to a hold, everything talaga is stopped. Parang put on hold muna. And I'm working with artisans. I am working with a community. So since the production has stopped, para siyang chain effect, domino effect na parang since there's no production, there's no demand, there's no production, there's no income coming in. So parang the ecosystem of our business has really been disrupted. And with the we are somehow also trying to think of other means of pivoting from where we are. Like siguro we are thinking of producing some essentials. Like what can we do with our material? We try to we're undergoing now a product development on some pieces or designs which will somehow belong to the essential.
Okay, I'll make a follow-up question on that later, but I'd like to get your point there first, Miss Tessa. In your case, I think you said talagang you did not anticipate. So what happened to you and to your workforce?
This is during the ECQ already. Everything got cancelled. And because of the guidelines, from manufacturing to sales, stopped. So what I did was I have to come up with something for my workers, for my people also. So I introduced my e-commerce.
You're talking about e-commerce kasi yun yung, Miss Tessa, yun yung nagiging problema naman sa iba. Kasi with SMEs, like say, you have beautiful bags behind you. But if these bags are not, even if they're in the stores, but people don't go to the store anymore. And you said, you set up this e-commerce for people to really, order your bags. How is it? What was that? Let's say, I don't know if it's the right term, but what's the yun. What, instead of the tipping point, I'm supposed to say tipping point, but what triggered you? What was the trigger point, that made you decide to, okay, I'll set up this e-commerce immediately so that people can still buy my bags in their homes?
With me, the reason why I launched my e-commerce, at first because of what happened, because of the pandemic, the production started making samples and production for my shows for the entire year. So what am I gonna do with all these bags? So like as you said, this is non-essential. And my handbags are not, it's a party bag. It's not like an everyday bag. It's not like everyday use. So launching the e-commerce made me think of, I need to do something. I cannot just stop. I cannot just wait for this to go back to normal. So I'm also having a struggle with my e-commerce because I'm not a techie person, so I need to hire. So unlike before, I'm just doing shows here and abroad. Now I need to hire a social media manager, somebody who will take care of my Instagram accounts, my Facebook, and now my e-commerce. So honestly, it's another cost. Instead of me, selling all my stocks, I need to shell out more for this platform, for this new normal.
Wow, and that is actually why our partner, the partner of Open for Business in this episode, Globe My Business, is really helping us because they are into providing business solutions that will help SMEs. Like a lot of people like you, Miss, our beautiful guests today, Miss Tessa and Miss Christine. Some are not really techie. A lot of SME owners are not really into technology, but as you said, even if it's cost, as Globe My Business often would tell me, like Miss Mitch and Miss Sarah and Miss Gail, it's an investment. But before we talk about how is technology, how you use technology to go to advance your businesses, we'll pause for these reminders. Open for Business. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Basta't nandyan ka, may pag-asa, dahan-dahan sa
Kailangan nating talunin tong pandemic na to.
Kailangan lumaban na kailangan may gawin.
I'm not going to be part of that 40% that will not survive, and that's it.
muling susulong, pwede pang mangarap.
There's still a drop of life, then I'm gonna hold on to that and I'm gonna keep it alive.
Even just buying one mask na 35 pesos, it's like we dance for joy.
Nag-umpisa ka na, sana may bumili ng tinda ko, parang back to basic ako.
Doon mo ma-feel na, okay, may pag-asa pala.
For the sake of the Filipinos, we just have to give it a fight, di ba?
Pwede pang makarap.
The search for the best continues. Tagi sa Nagaling Part 2 is now accepting audition entries. Kung ikaw ay 21 to 59 years old at may angking galing sa pagsayaw, mapasolo, duo o grupo man, magpadala na ng audition entry. Narito ang mga guidelines. Para makapagpasa ng entry sa dancing category, contact Shing at 0995-880-8004. Ito na ang pagkakataon mo para maging tagisan ng galing grand winner at manalo ng 2 million pesos. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon, i-like ang Tagisan ng Galing Facebook page. Kaya sali na!
Hello, my name is Robin, and I'm 5 years old. My mom and dad said many people are getting sick. That is why we have to stay at home. That is why I cannot go to school. I cannot play outside, and I cannot even visit my friends. We can only go outside if we visit the doctor, or if we need to buy some food. And when we get home, we have to wash our hands. While I'm at home, I do my homework, clean up my toys, help cooking our food, and help my parents with their work. Please stay home so we can all play together again. Bye!
Open for Business is back, and with me is Christine Vertusio, founder of Vertusio, and Tessa Nepomuceno, founder and designer of Kali. Miss Christine and Miss Tessa, what I appreciate really about this conversation is that, sabi niyo kanina, hindi kayo titigil, parang this pandemic will not stop you. So you are looking at, Miss Christine and Miss Tessa mentioned, you're looking at product development. You're looking at, how can you make essential products because your category is considered non-essential. So you're thinking of creating products for essential. And then Ms. Tessa also mentioned, beautiful bags. I create a e-commerce site to do this. What I appreciate there is the passion behind it. So before maybe we go into the technical details of how you do it. Let's start with Miss Christine. Ano ba yung inspiration mo? What inspires you daily? Is it looking at your jewelries, Miss Christine?
Well, the inspiration, I always get it from the people who patronize our products. Simply having satisfaction from clients will inspires me more, kumbaga, to be better, to do more, and to just even strengthen my like keep the fire burning, kumbaga, with my passion in doing what I want. And since they're also looking after and also with their support, I don't want to let them down. So parang they are also they are always giving me the inspiration to move forward. And it so comes their creativity to be able to evolve as we go through with our business. Yes, so parang something to look forward to naman. So yun po.
Is that your experience as well, Miss Tessa? As you mentioned, diba, business is stopped and you had to look for a way for these products to be still be appreciated. So is that what happened also? And what's your inspiration as well, Miss Tessa?
Well, first, to answer your question about my inspiration, ever since I really wanted to showcase, because I love to showcase the Filipino product. So I really want to showcase the Filipino craftsmanship globally. So like my handbags is made of acacia wood and it's handmade, it's hand-carved.
Wow, interesting. So, which is my next question. Because of, what's happening in this country, diba, parang we stopped, really traveling abroad, like, because I also know that fact because, let's say my wife, when she just went to Hong Kong, there is a quarantine for X number of days, and then when you arrive there, you have to do another quarantine. You have to stay home. And if you're rapid positive, you are, you have to stay in a hospital or even be quarantined in a hotel. Now, if this is the new normal, every time you travel, you add 14 days plus another 14 days, and then when you come back to your to your country, you have to do the same thing. So somehow there's a huge time element. So anong in doing business now, what do you think must be done? How are you adjusting to that? And how would you now because you mentioned Miss Tessa, talagang kumbaga, like say in your product, like say Miss Christine, she mentioned the products she comes from Bohol. So people now would also, because of the restrictions in terms of travel, people would want to just patronize what they have in their country, and that's what our partner Globe My Business is also doing, and that's the reason why both of you ladies are here. Is that your passion as well, na parang dahil gusto nyo dahil you're both nationalistic, you want to really feature your own products? What is it in your specific areas, like in Bohol or with Cali, that you want to promote the Filipino culture and heritage and materials? Let's start with Miss Christine. So where are you sourcing your products? Where are they made from? Where are they sourced? And is that also your passion to bring the Bohol products and creativity to be known around the world?
Yes, our products mainly. I've been using this material for the past 3 years. It landed on my hand, and I'm very thankful that I was able to incorporate this material with my designs. Since we are into upcycling, we are using in our community, in our province, trash has been a very big problem.
Okay.
So the local government, in collaboration with other organizing bodies, collaborated and thought of a solution to the problem, to the existing problem. So we were able to develop a technology, a local technology, where we can recycle the materials, the trash bags that we use, most especially our grocery bags. From the years that it has been collected, it's been like a lot, and then we tried to figure out the technology was then developed, and we were able to create this material, which comes from recycled plastic trash bags and other disposable plastics. And then with this material made, we upcycle them. On my end, I upcycled them into wearable pieces, fashionable designs. So, and then since then we've been producing our jewelry line, our bags, and with this pandemic, we are trying to pivot somewhere, and we thought of innovating with the use of the same material. So, which is we are trying to reassess, and we would like to venture into home accessories this time, since a lot of people have been working from home, and to keep themselves sane and just in the loop with our social media pages, people just try to be creative in their homes. So like for example, moms or even young, teenagers, I presume, or young, like let's just say from 20s to 50s or even more, that they call themselves as a plantitas right now. So they've been trying to collect plants, and they're not even anymore just with the ordinary pots. They amped it up. I mean, they've been glamorized. I mean, they are adding glamour to their pots, and which is very so. And aside from that, people have been so active and in connecting with social media, so they take photos, Instagrammable photos. So we try to develop some a little like trinkets or blings for your desk tables, for your laptops, for your just anything that we can think of that will belong to that we'll be able to pivot also and make something out of the material that we have.
Before I go to Miss Tessa naman, I'd like to ask, kasi very interesting yung sinabi mo, Miss Christine, kasi parang pinagsasama mo ang jewelry and trash. You know, two very distinct things that when you look at it, you know, they don't match. So, was that really a part of your CSR as well? You know, did you design that on purpose, or is it really, looking at the problem of the community and trying to link what your business can do on that? Or it's a business strategy na you think na, umaga, parang you integrate trash or trashing into that jewelry business?
Well, as we always say, we always have this saying na parang nasa pera ang basura. So from trash, since nga it's a very big problem, and I don't think it's just in our province, no, it's worldwide. Plastic has been a very big problem to our environment. So thinking of ways on how we could develop those, kasi it's hard to dispose them as of this time. So why not think of some things that we could recycle them? And then recycling them, parang, ito kasi, this is parang, with regards to the connection of this sa business ko, it somehow landed on my hands, like it's a blessing. Kasi when the project came to me, parang when the project landed on my hand, I was so skeptical and I was so, parang anong magagawa ko dito? What would I, kasi yung plastics, with the use of the technology, it becomes a plastic sheet, parang bond paper size na plastic sheet. So parang heat press, na heat press siya. So that's the technology that we're using. And then with that material, parang at first I was so like in doubt na would I be able to make it, or would I be able to ano? But since being a creative, being a parang passionate person naman with what I do, I always challenge myself. So 3 years ago, I started manipulating the material, innovating some products, designs for it, and we landed naman an award with our yes. So it made me even like parang nagbigay siya ng inspiration, like more inspiration as you asked earlier about what's your inspiration. Yun na yun, parang just being able to develop something and being it being welcomed by people, and parang, and it's handmade. I think it's something that Filipinos should be proud of.
Wow. Well said. Now, Miss Tessa, let's go to Miss Tessa. Let's talk about your bags. Miss Tessa, you said that these are the materials are locally sourced. Pero ang una kong tanong, Miss Tessa, sa pandemyang ito, like say, why will women, why would people still have to buy bags? What is it in women that they like bags, Miss Tessa?
Well, in my case, since my handbags are quite unique, as you can see, this is made of acacia wood. Some are hand carved, hand painted, and some are hand beaded as well. Well, I'll be honest with you, right now, it's not essential. People are not, it's not their priority. I'll be honest with you, it's not a priority for them to buy this kind of purse. So for me as a designer, I need to create something, or I need to create something what to offer to them.
So
Aside
far,
from my-
so far, Miss Tessa, right now, what's your roadmap? Ano yung tinitingnan mo na in terms of, as a designer? I know that sometimes malikot ang isip ng mga designers, hindi ba? Talagang every time you see the environment, you think of something, it's a new design, or like say even you have this very, very creative mind. In this pandemic, what do you think is it that you are looking at in terms of new design, Miss Tessa?
Yeah, let me share this to you that I'm very much affected with this pandemic because I'm an exporter. My focus is to, like what I've said earlier, that to showcase the Filipino workmanships abroad, globally. So I do shows physically. I go to shows, trade shows. I go to other countries to promote my brand,
Okay.
to promote the product of the Philippines. Now I'm very much affected because I cannot fly and all shows are canceled. So what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do now? Is I know and I believe and I love my product. The bags are very, very much well praised, not only here in the Philippines but abroad. I also, like what Christine, my first trade show in the Philippines, I won an award for the best product design. And my first international show in Hong Kong, I also won an award for the best product design. So now that we are in this dilemma or in this pandemic, my focus is to continue showcasing the Filipino craftsmanship. If not by physically there or to go to other trade shows, probably in this new era, the e-commerce.
So in this case, Miss Tessa, you're looking at, aside from bags, are you looking at other products like say there might be some demand for PPEs, for like say face masks that are, as you mentioned, it could be made of acacia as well. Is that part of the plan?
No, for me as a designer, because everybody, yes, you're right. Everybody's creating, designing different kinds of face masks. And I was like, I thought of that at first, but then I said no. And I think I'm too late for that. So what I did is I need to create something that I know that it's not non-essential, but for people to wear for their everyday life. So this is what I created.
Oh, that's nice.
A tote bag. So since this is a tote bag, you can spray anything. You can spray alcohol. What's that? The Lysol.
Yes.
You can disinfect this one. Plus, I added up this hand-beaded applique. So
I
this is like
see.
an everyday bag, and it's cheap. It's only 950 pesos.
Wow, interesting. So it's like the pandemic would really force you also to be very creative and think of other possible ways.
We have to.
Yes. Now we are running out of time. I will ask each one of you two final questions. The first question is, in this pandemic, what have you learned so far? And the second question is, what are your, or not a question, but what are your tips to small and medium-sized entrepreneurs as well, like you? And maybe the third would be, how would you think technology will help you? Because that's also the focus of Globe My Business, our partner, wherein they would want to help us, small businesses, even our audiences who are watching now, to make use of these solutions so that they will help us survive the pandemic.
The lesson with this pandemic is, I'm too emotional when they ask me about this, because for me, I want an honest answer too. Life is short. Be kind to everyone.
That's right.
Love yourself, take care of yourself, and be positive, not on COVID, but positive in everything that you do. And my advice for the SMEs, you should, know your market and connect with them. Focus on what you really want to achieve and think big. Start from small and always keep learning. Continue learning.
Wow, well said, Miss Tessa. Well said. At saka na-appreciate ko yung sinabi po ni Miss Tessa na, even if there is a way na parang, okay, will you look for other product lines? Parang sa'yo, parang no, I want to focus on what I want to do. Which is good. Kumaga, you're laser focused on what you do. Kasi, others are easily discouraged. Parang pwedeng sabihin nila, parang okay, they will abandon, their vision. But ikaw, no, I will not do that. I will stay here. All I have to do is to really think of another platform, which is e-commerce. And thank you for sharing that. Now, yes. Now, before we ask Miss Christine, what Globe My Business is doing is to partner with SMEs like you. As a matter of fact, they joined the fashion, I think it's a tie-up of Globe My Business with the fashion accessory makers of the Philippines. We know that the FAMPH, or the Fashion Accessory Makers of the Philippines, is an organization of designers, fashion accessory makers like you. What do you think? What is your message? Let's go to Miss Christine. What is your message to Globe My Business, for partnering with the Fashion Accessory Makers of the Philippines? Or FAMPH, to be able to, help a group of fashion accessory makers like you?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to express our gratitude. As a collective, I'm speaking on behalf of the whole collective of FAMPH, which is the Fashion Accessory Makers of the Philippines. We are very grateful for the response of Globe to help us out during this crisis and it's so heartwarming for Globe to be open to all the possibilities that we could do in all aspects, because first and foremost, technology is one of the main what Globe, what we can what do you call this, we could get from them. I mean, our technology. And Globe has been open to us with collaboration. I mean, that's one of the most important thing that we need in this world. Like at this point, we need collaboration. And lastly, communication is what Globe can also, is a very big gateway for everyone. Like giving communication to us, as a collective, and even to other people, like to our families, to other people throughout the world. I mean, it's whatever with the reach of Globe to all worldwide. I mean, it's so, we are very blessed and we are very grateful and we're lucky to be able to get the partnership with Globe.
And also, I think before I forgot, off-cam earlier, which is very important during the pandemic, you talk about mobile wallets. You said you have started to use that because of the pandemic. Can you talk more about this? Lalo na kailangan din ng mga entrepreneur to. Dahil parang a lot of people don't want to line up in the banks already. Di ba? They want to avoid the queue, and aside from that, they want not to catch any virus.
Well, actually, sir, there's a funny story because GCash has been in my, it's an app that has been in my phone for a long time. And parang ever since pandemic struck, parang I went back to basic na parang, what was GCash again? I mean, what can it do to me, to my business? I mean, because I need a means of because going to banks is very impossible with the time constraint and our location. So it's very difficult. So the only accessible thing for us to be able to to get is like I'm using GCash. I've been using it for like how many months now, and it's never regretted a thing na parang but ngayon ko lang ginamit to.
Okay. Now, Miss Christine, I asked Miss Tessa earlier about this. What are your final tips to SMEs?
Well, to all MSMEs, existing existing businesses, let's be open to the fact na since with during this uncertain time, our business is also in a state of we business the business owners are in a state of confusion. So whenever you have that, it will reflect also on your business. So parang the stability of your business at this point is so very unclear. So what we have to do is just to adapt. I mean, kailangan lang natin mag-adapt to what's happening. Kasi if we don't do it, parang we will always be left behind and parang walang mangyayari. So what we just have to muster up our courage and then face whatever this pandemic is hitting on us. And trying to adapt to it is just the key to be able to get through. And as they say, this too shall pass. But I also would like to if you are in a business like us, now we are in the non-essentials. I know our creative juices are parang it's natural for us to have that creative juice, and you just do something about it. Parang you get your inspiration from the heart, from your creative juice and everything, and try to innovate something. Kasi we can do a lot of creativity is limitless. Parang anything you can do, whatever you can do. Parang I think this pandemic also has brought about goodness, or parang meron naman siyang good effect. We would also like to share our since we as a collective, Fashion Accessory Makers of the Philippines, we are heeding the help of Globe, and they have pleaded us and helped us in with Globe My Business, and which is mostly to tackle our individual businesses as a collective, and as individual businesses and as a collective and as a FAMPH as a whole. So with Globe My Business, we have the access of we have received a collaboration with Globe through our they are helping us out with our e-commerce platform. They are helping us out in our in the construction of our website, and which yesterday we were able to already have a mock-up of what our website would be, and it was so the presentation was very great. It was great, and we are excited on that. And also other than that, we also have Globe is also offering us a business consultation caravan, like a series of webinars and a series of still educating us on the status of our businesses here forth and after, during this pandemic and after this pandemic. So and I believe that this partnership with Globe is gonna be it's for the long haul. It's helping us out as businesses to reach worldwide, to bring our businesses out there. This is also a means for us to connect from the root where we started, to be able to communicate with our communities, to be able to develop and be positive, and like there's still a future with the Filipino craftsmanship. There's a bigger future out there for our Filipino craftsmanship and our heritage. So we are just starting with our partnership with Globe My Business, and we are alongside our partnership, our digital solutions like webinars and other upcoming projects or collaborations. So we are very much looking forward to it, and we are very grateful. We are very blessed with this partnership, and on behalf of FAMPH, which is the Fashion Accessory Makers of the Philippines, we are very positive with this and excited with our partnership. And I know we will be able to bounce back after this pandemic.
I agree with you there, Miss Christine. It has really, actually, it's both. It has brought the best and the worst in us. Okay, thank you, Miss Christine. Miss Tessa, my final question to you also. You are a designer, and we know our topic really is resilience and the passion of Filipinos about fashion. What can you say about Filipino creativity, about our passion for and our love, the Filipinos' love for creativity and putting the designs of the Philippines in the world market? Do you think, as Miss Christine said, these two shall pass, and eventually, the Filipino designs would shine and will be again, on top of the list of the world clientele?
It's a very hard question. Actually, for a designer like me, like what I always, like what I said earlier, I will not stop designing. I will continue. I will continue creating designs, not only for local buyers, but also for global market. This pandemic's not gonna stop me from or to make me like idle and wait. No, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna design, and I will still continue showcasing the workmanship of the Filipino designers like me.
Wow, well said. Thank you very much, Miss Christine Vertusio, founder of Vertusio, and Miss Tessa Nepomuceno, founder and designer of Kali. This has been a very, very interesting episode because, as you both ladies mentioned, we have always been talking about the essential products and services, but sometimes we neglect the non-essentials, and a lot of people also are relying their businesses, their livelihood, their sources of income on the non-essentials. And I thank both of you, for sharing this passion and resilience of Filipino women and Filipino designers. And thank you so much. And I thank Globe My Business for giving us this opportunity to really showcase the creativity and passion and resilience of Filipino entrepreneurs like you. Open for Business. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Turuan din natin ang mga bata ng tamang paghugas ng mga kamay. Basain ang kamay ng tubig at lagyan ng sabon. Kuskusin ang iyong mga palad. Gayon din ang pagitan ng mga daliri. Pati na ang likod ng mga palad at daliri. Ganon din ang iyong hinlalaki. Kasama ang mga dulo ng iyong mga daliri. Pagkatapos ay iyong palapulsuhan. Gawin ito ng kahit 20 segundo. Pagkatapos ay banlawan ng tubig at patuyuin.
Mga kababayan, lalo na sa mga OFWs sa Middle East at North Africa, may good news kami para sa inyo. Mapapanood na ninyo ang Net25 at iba pang Filipino channels na hatid ng OSN sa presyong abot kaya. Libre na ang box at installation walang admin fees at no extra charges. Saktong entertainment na sakto lang sa budget mo. Bumisita na sa pinakamalapit na OSN store o dealer. And subscribe na 25 at OSN. Siguradong at home ka dito.
And our term of the week is haute couture. According to businessoffashion.com, it is the business of making expensive clothes of original design and high quality. And according to the website, haute couture is a much misused phrase that actually has very specific rules for qualification. Translated literally, couture is French for dressmaking, while haute means high. These are garments created as one-off pieces for a specific client. 19th century Englishman Charles Frederick Worth is considered as the father of haute couture, and today members are selected by the Chambre Syndicale de la Haute Couture to qualify as an official haute couture house. Members must design made-to-order clothes for private clients with more than one fitting using an atelier or a workshop that employs at least 15 full-time staff. They must also have 20 full-time technical workers in one of their workshops. And finally, haute couture houses must present a collection of no less than 50 original designs, both day and evening garments, to the public every season in January and July. And our word of the week is from Albert Elbaz. He said, "Style is the only thing you can't buy. It's not in a shopping bag or a label or a price tag. It's something reflected from our soul to the outside world. It's an emotion." Thank you for watching Open for Business. Join us again in the next episodes of Open for Business for more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, industry experts, and SMEs promoting business development in the Philippines. See you again every Saturday and Sunday here in Open for Business, where we discuss business information, deliver the latest business news to keep you informed and open for business, and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. You're on Facebook Live on Eagle News, and you can watch us again in the video section of the Eagle News Facebook page and on eaglenewslive.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Eagle News. We're open for business. This is Cesar Valdejos. We live in interesting times. Have a great day.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation and Globe My Business present Open for Business.